learning. He started applying the information. He started going to the Go Live sessions. He would drive 2 hours almost to my house to do just regular home events and then drive back. And the guys, he would show up and show up and show up. And listen, that's a big deal. If you keep showing up, you know, let me know something. If you were on yesterday's call and you're on today's call, drop a 1 in the chat. I want to know who's showing up consistently. If you showed up yesterday and you're showing up today, drop some 1s in the chat box right now, man. Shout out to all of you champions because you continue to show up. And that's what this gentleman did. He kept showing up. He kept showing up and he hit platinum 150 and he kept trading. He kept showing up and he hit platinum 600 and he kept trading. And then while he was a platinum 600, all of a sudden, he became one of the top traders in our organization. I remember one day he hits me up and he says, Steve Max, I just made 10 grand in 10 days. That was a record at that time. And this gentleman kept trading and he kept learning and he kept growing. Guys, please help me congratulate him. Drop some 1000s in the chat for brand new. Not only is he a top trader, but brand new platinum 1000. My boy, Andrew from West Palm. Welcome, bro. Take it away. We are excited for you. We see you grinding. We see you winning. Thank you for being on here, ready to give value. And for everybody else that's on here, listen, this is the gentleman you want to ask questions to. Do not be embarrassed. Do not be shy, right? And I'm going to give it up to my boy, top trader, top leader, my boy, Andrew. Thanks for being here, bro.
Awesome. Awesome. Great. Great. Happy to be here, guys. Go ahead and drop a 222 for Mr. Steve Max, guys. You know, just been working with him the last 2.5 years, guys. Has been absolutely amazing. You know, a real true servant leader. You know, the reason we're doing these calls, guys, is, you know, we know we have the academy. We know we have all the tools here, but it's really just to make sure that the new traders and even experienced traders who go through questions and go through issues or whatever, you know, that your questions are getting answered. And every week we try to bring something different along with the products, you know, going over different strategies. I know we had pivots a little while ago. I know we had some of the harmonic scanner trading, HFX trading with Silver Steph. So each week we try to get something different, guys. So, but he did say something pretty powerful, guys, is, you know, staying plugged in, you know, continue to show up. I can't stress that enough about, you know, the importance of that on the building side and the trading side. But, you know, guys, showing up is the first thing. So showing up means, you know, attending those Go Live sessions, right? If you miss a session, not just saying, oh, I'll watch it tomorrow or I'll catch the next one, just means watch the recording, right? The recordings are actually the hardest ones to watch. Me personally, it's a little different, right? So you're not watching somebody live. You control if it stops or plays, right? So guys, staying plugged into the platform, staying plugged in, using the tools, staying plugged in on these calls is extremely, extremely important, guys. But like you said, guys, I've been doing this for 2.5 years. I absolutely love the team, love the trading, love, you know, this company has completely changed my life. You know, grateful for my team allowing me to get to, you know, platinum 1000 is huge. But you got to look at that like, you know, that's 30+ people's lives that are changed. That's about the way I look at it, guys. Because I've had I've had 2 people already this year quit their jobs. So that's an amazing part for me, you know, so go ahead and give a shout out to them. But yeah, guys, we're going to get right into it. You know, we are adaptable. We were going to go over one thing, but it looks like there might be doing an update, which is fine, guys. We're still going to bring you massive value. And as we're going through tonight, guys, go ahead. If you already have those questions in your head, or if you already have them written down, go ahead and type those into the chat. And then as we're going over everything today, guys, just make sure that I'll make sure that I'm going over it and answering those questions. So one of the topics that we were going to go over, let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. Looks like we got a question already. Anything about the harmonic scanner? Perfect. Yeah. Basically what I'm going to go over, for today is going to be, you know, apply to anything on all the scanners, guys. So it looks like the only one that I was able to pull up is steady, but we're going to go over that later. But one of the things that you learn through the academy, guys, and I actually had it pulled up here. It looks like it got disappeared, but you learn candle patterns, guys. And I can't stress it enough that, you know, having the basic knowledge of candles and how to read them, when you apply that with the harmonic scanner, you apply that with steady, you apply that with HFX, you apply that with whatever you're doing, your trading results takes it to the next level, guys. I don't think they created any of these strategies specifically just to use based off of those strategies. It does require having some knowledge, guys. And that means going into not strategies, I'm sorry, going into academies. Come on, going into academies and paying attention. Manny Q is a great go live educator to watch when you're looking over and you're looking at the different candle patterns, learning how to read price structure, trend line, stuff like that. What brokers for starters, legal reasons we can't, recommend them, but some of the ones that, the team uses is KOT, Hugo's Way, Trader's Way is another one. Trying to think of some more. Those are the ones that I know off the bat that I remember. All the ones on a harmonic scanner are good to use as well. Obviously, do your research, ask your, person who got you into the business for recommendations and stuff like that. So, yeah, whether you're a starter or advanced, I don't think there's like a difference based on. Oh, let's have got the waiting room coming in. So 1 second. Cool. Yeah, so there's not necessarily a specific broker for beginners, not a specific broker for, somebody who isn't who's been in it for a while. So we would use the same breakers. So with that being said, Steve Max did post this link in the Telegram to learning about these basic engulfing patterns, which you can learn, like I said, through the academy. So the basic thing you guys got to understand is understanding what the wicks actually mean and understanding how to read a candle, and understanding what that means. So as you guys get questions, stuff like that, can you list the brokers for HFX? Yeah, man. So those are also going to be, IQ Cent is another one. Race Options another one. Vid Forex is another one. If you go to HFX Quick Start or HFX Fast Start, I forgot which one it is. Steve, if you're on here, if somebody knows about the website from DL Woods, to drop that in the chat box there. That shows you a list of some of the brokers that people have. And it just depends on some of the minimum balances. Some have bonuses and stuff like that. So just make sure you do your research, obviously, before you're doing anything. And then, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into it. Go ahead and put a 222 in the chat if you can see TradingView on my screen right now. I want to make sure that you guys can see that. Give me 222. Perfect, guys. So yeah, like that. With that being said, we're going to look at some patterns. Some of the basic ones to understand, guys, is knowing what an engulfing candle means, right? And then so learning how to read that, right? So what is that? What does engulfing candle mean? What does that means, guys, is perfect example right here is you have one candle that engulfed on the previous candles, right? So this one candle right here, this black candle that we're looking at, was an engulfing bearish candle. Why? Because it ate up almost the past 3 or 4 or 5 candles, right? You can apply what we're learning today to both FRX and HFX, Jordan. So, and what all that means is that price is really heavily probably going to go into that direction, right? When you see smaller candle bodies, guys, just know that price is moving, but it's not moving very fast. When you have something that has weight to it, and I like saying weight a lot, because that's what it really turns. When you see an engulfing candle in one direction, the probability of it continue going that direction is pretty high. Obviously, you need to have this with other stuff, right? But an engulfing candle just means, hey, the momentum is starting to shift in the other direction, right? So with that being said, is like, let's say you saw a harmonic scanner, right? And that's a perfect example. I know somebody was asking for that. I think we're gonna go here. All right, no worries. I knew you guys would see. Dang, I could have sworn I saw the harmonic pattern over here, but you guys would see like the little triangles. I think it's 80. I think it's this one. So I am very bad at this, guys. So just know that, whatever. Pretend this is a harmonic scan, guys, please, and bear with me. But so you see the harmonic scanner. I'm pretty sure this probably was called out because it doesn't look like it, but obviously the line's a little different. But just know that you have to learn to read what the candles are telling you, right? So there's a lot of story, and let's say it's a 4-hour scan, right? So what are these wicks telling you guys? And for my advanced traders, what do you guys see? Let's go to the rewind here, and let's just pretend, this is what we're looking at, a live chart, guys. What are you guys seeing up here? You're seeing rejection. You're seeing the wicks to the top side. Now, what that means is price tried to come up, right? Price tried to push up, but it couldn't finish at that price. Which means it didn't have enough energy. It didn't have enough weight to it, right? So they're just chilling here, right? And then you had another thing, guys, right? So it was starting to come down, but then you had what's, you know, called a doji, right? Now price started to reject, but it didn't finish. And now price is looking at, hey, I don't know if I want to go up or I don't know if I go down yet, right? So I know Steve likes to see these a lot when, you know, we're looking at the harmonic scanner or, you know, an HFX. Is as you continue to go, right, and you notice that price is continuing to move and it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. And then boom, what do you see, right? The candle looked like, okay, hey, it had more weight to the top side, but the next candle, what happened, guys? A full engulfing pattern. So let's say, you know, you had your entry line. Let's say you had an entry line right here. Let's make that green, just like the hammer on the scanner. All right, and let's say it gave you, you know, a stop loss up here. All right, we'll make that red. And let's say, you know, it gave you a few TPs right here. Let's make that blue. Boom, boom. I'm trying to recreate the scanner, guys, for you guys, so please bear with me. Let's say just gave you a couple of these, right? So, all right, perfect, perfect. All right. So when you see a candle like this, it rejected the entry point, and now it has an engulfing candle. And what does this mean now? Is that, you know, hey, the trade's probably going to go in your direction, right? So you can enter. Now these are 4-hour candles, so you know you can obviously go to the smaller time frame and probably see something a little bit cleaner. But for tonight, we're just going to go ahead and pretend as if we entered, right? So when you see engulfing candle, you're like, okay, it looks like momentum. If you want to, you know, obviously we're on the 4-hour candle, guys, so pip size is going to be different, but just bear with me. Like I said, just pretend you had a stop loss and, you know, halfway in there or whatever, right? It gave you the stop loss right about there. And then it's TP, you know, right here. We'll move this down a little bit, right? But understand, does everybody understand how, you know, the importance of reading this candle, what it meant, confirmed your entry now? Put a 222 in the chat if you now can see that, and using these candle patterns to use as spinning tops, right? Just means that, you know, price is up there. It's probably gonna, you know, maybe reverse, maybe go the other way. But you learn all of this, and that's why the academy is so important, guys. And the Go Live is even more important, guys, or just as important, because, you know, Manny Q, Abel Melendez, they go over a lot of these stuff, guys. You got to plug into their session and ask them these questions, right? Ask exactly what they're looking for, guys. So another candle pattern that I like to see, guys, is probably one of the more popular ones. A lot of educators use it, guys. Is the head and shoulders. Now I'm really bad at drawing it with the actual thing on TradingView, but I can spot it, guys, and it looks very similar, guys. All right, so what you're looking for is exactly what a head and shoulders is, right? You're looking for the left shoulder or right shoulder at the time. What doesn't matter, right? You're looking for a shoulder and then a head and another shoulder. All right. So it's pretty simple, but you're supposed to, you know, apply that to the, let's go back out of here. Apply that to the scanner, guys. Apply that to, you know, pivots. Apply that to whatever strategy that you're looking for when you learn to see that, and you'll start to see them a lot more, right? So let me get rid of this. And let me pull this back up real quick. All right. So 1 second, guys. Let me get back over here. All right. So perfect example. You have sort of like an inverse one here. An inverse just means inverted, guys. I'm really bad at drawing inverted ones, but we're going to see if we can get it. All right. So just so I can draw it for you guys real quick, this is pretty much what you're looking for, price to do, guys. In an ideal world, right? It looking perfect. Like, no, I don't know why I have lines, but you know, you're looking for a price at some point to go up, come down, create a higher high, come back down, right? Test the quote unquote neckline, come right up to the shoulder, and then drop, right? So you're looking, this is your entry, all right? So you're gonna enter right here, all right? So this is your entry on this line right here, right? The right shoulder, right? Now, sometimes it's not gonna be so clean, right? So I'll draw it out here, right? So let me go in the yellow. You can see exactly. Now, if you just flip that over, guys, what do you have? The price is probably going to go up, right? So what do you have? You have this, boom, boom. It dropped down, right? It came back up and it retested here a couple of times, right? But eventually the price went up, right? So obviously, guys, your entry using the harmonic scanner and using some of the stuff was in this general area, right? You know, you could have put a stop loss anywhere, right? Taking it up to the next area. And the bam, price went up, guys. I'm not saying this is the only thing you need to trade. If you guys want to learn more about the Head and Shoulders, Orrin Wright, write his name down, attend his Go Live sessions, guys. That's strictly all he uses. But he's everybody's educator, guys. I can't stress that enough. At some point, somebody's been taught by Orrin Wright in this academy just because he provides so much value. But understanding to read that with, you know, the alerts that you get, maybe from Gold Cup, right? Maybe from Swipe Coin, or maybe from the Harmonic Scanner or HFX Cash Trap. Just know that go back into the academy, right? We're gonna go back into the academy, go to English. I don't know if that's your language, if you have another language. And I think it's in the 200 series when you start to get to pair crosses, understanding candlesticks right here. So 219 is a very good one to rewatch, guys. Pullbacks, price action again, 211. Understanding a lot of this stuff. Yeah, guys, bat patterns too. Yeah, go through the academy, making sure that you're not just going through them just to go through them, guys. Try not to treat this like most of us probably taught high school. You know, we just slept through it, right? Go through it, so we're just try to understand it, right? So, after that, guys, I'll pretty much explain why I have, you know, whole entire, you know, Serbia team using steady, guys. Is if everybody understands risk to reward, you understand that it's one of the most important things in trading, right? So understanding risk to reward means that we can do this, right? So let me clear all this. Let me scroll up here. All right, now I'm gonna draw it the way Abel Melendez taught me how to draw risk to reward. So, guys, look, this is what we're gonna do. If all your trades, text, all right, if all your trades, or at least let's just say 3-1, is what I like to keep my trades 3-1, right? So what does that mean? I don't want I'm drawing semicolons. Okay, 3-1, right? What does that mean? That means that I'm going to make 3 times the amount I'm trying to risk, right? So let's say my stop loss is 10 pips, right? That means my take profit one is going to be 30 pips, right? So it's 3 times. And what this means, guys, is this, all right? So we're gonna draw our boxes. Red is for a loss, right? This is the last thing I go over before we touch steady on, guys. So let's say I have my record right now is, let's say I go 2 losses, right? And 1 win, right? Under normal circumstances, people are going to be like, you know, you have a losing record. There's no way you're profitable, right? There's no way, right? But if you understand risk to reward and why it's so important, guys, whoa, go back. I'm on a new setup, guys, so bear with me. What is that? Can I go up here? Okay, there we go. All right. Let me double click this. Get more space. So if somebody told you, yeah, I had 2 losses and 1 win this week, you're probably like, oh, there's, you know, how did you make money, right? When you understand risk to reward, this is how it's important it's going to be, guys. So look, so I had 2 losses back to back. What does that mean, right? Every loss is a box, right? So that's 1 box right there, right? And here's another box if I can get it to draw, right? There's another box, right? So I know they're not even, but bear with me. That's your 2 losses, right? Now your 1 win, what is that going to do, right? It's exactly what it's going to do, right? Go ahead and put in the chat box if you know what's about to happen, guys. You're going to make money. Now, how are you making money? Because when I win 1 trade, I'm going to make 3 times the amount that I lost, all right? Someone's coming into the waiting room, all right? Come back over here. That means my 1 win did this. Whoa, all right. Let me do this. And delete that. So 1 win did this, pretty much, right? That's 1 win, right? My second, well, you didn't win the second one, but does everybody understand? Is that making sense? For everybody, put a 5 in the chat if that's making sense. Now let's say I win 1 more, right? So I go, you know, instead of going 2-1, I ended up going, come on, I ended up going 2-2, right? Everybody see how important that is? Because, so let's say, you know, we went 2 and 2. And obviously, when you have the higher risk to reward, you know, this number is much more higher. And that's why I like steady guys, is because their trades minimum are like 4 to 1, you know, 5 to 1, 6 to 1 guys. So look, you can have a losing percentage. You can have a 30, you know, that's why DeLorean is so powerful, guys, because most of the time it's 2 to 1. It's 3 to 1, guys. So we all know we're going to lose, but it's really just making sure, guys, that your losses are smaller and your wins are a lot larger. All right, guys. And I'll show you steady right here. This is an extremely powerful setup, guys. You know, very small stop loss and a very large, you know, TP2, TP3. I believe Swift is still free, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's free till November 1st. Somebody wants to fact check me on that. Don't at me. I'm joking. So Swift is a little bit more smaller time frame with Justin Siani. Doesn't look like it. So he has a couple pending setups. I don't know if they triggered already. These are the 2-hour charts, and this was sent yesterday. So we'll have to see. But these are some of the setups, guys. And the cool part is I'm half Spanish, and my grandparents hate this, but I cannot speak it at all, unfortunately. So if anybody's, is like that, but I'm half Spanish, can't speak it. I blame my parents on that. But one of the cool things, guys, is when you're going and watching their go lives, you can go to the go live and you can go to steady, right? So you go to go live, go to steady. They're going to have 3 educators, guys. And I'm just curious too to see if it's back on. Yes, you're gonna go live, guys. Starboy, Justin Siani, very, very powerful, very, 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 very successful trader, guys. John Dollery, had his own thing happening and joined up with IM just for the fact of the impact that we're having. Mauricio is another one, guys. So these guys, I don't understand anything Mauricio says. Sometimes he does it in English. But they do have Spanish on there, guys. Understand that when they send their trade setups, is when they're going on live, they're literally showing you exactly why to take their trades, right? So let me mute this. We don't have any issues, but they're showing you. So these are some of his setups that he's called out, guys. Look at these entries, right? I'm pretty sure everybody on here would like to have a wick entry, right? If I'm not, all right, wick means barely any drawdown, right? So understanding that you can literally log on to their sessions and just look at their charts, copy what they're doing, and you'll end up seeing what they're doing, right? And it'll be more easier for you to spot, guys. It's an institutional way of trading. It can be a little bit more complicated, but that's why, attending their go lives, guys, making sure that, you are paying attention when they're doing the go live, copying their setups. He tells you, okay, hey, look for a tweezer bottom. This is the gold trade he sent out. This was nasty, guys. This thing went up disgusting. He sent out. This was the gold setup. I think he's replaying it right now. I think we'll see. But yeah, he ended up catching a crazy gold trade. See if I can show you guys real quick. Let's fill up here. So guys, he had an entry right here. This was his trade setup. So right about there, if I can get it to pop up. Right about here was his trade setup. It ended up hitting his TP3, which is right about here. All right, and stop off like this, something like that. All right. So would everybody like to have about 30 pip stop loss on gold, and your TP would be 300 pips, right? Put a 2 in the chat if you would like to have 300 pips. Obviously it took a little time, but it took about 1 day, guys. On a standard lot, you guys can do the math, right? Right. Even on, $1 lot, right? Even on the smaller accounts, right? You put a point on one, you make $30, right? The point I'm saying is that you could have risked 3% of your, and I have to do the math for this because I'm not good at it, guys. I use my calculator for everything. So let's say you risk 3% on this trade, guys, right? To 10 to 1. So that means you made 30% in your account in a day. Imagine that, guys. 30% in your account, one trade in a day. Now you're going to lose a trade, right? So let's say you do 3%, right? And let's say you go, let's say you lost a trade and you won a trade, right? He does a couple of trades like these. So you lost a trade, you lost 3% on Monday. Cool. He sends out another trade on Tuesday, same exact thing. You hit it. You know, you're still netting, guys, 22%, 21%. I think 20, something like that. So 20+%, right? Like I said, I told you, I'm not good at math. But understand that, guys, this is the importance of having the elite pack. Or if you have a couple add-ons already, you know, I recommend a lot of people getting in to the elite pack. Most of my team is on it just because of the value that you're getting, guys. You know, you can still practice your HFX. You can still look at, maybe you're on the DCX package, or maybe you're just on the FRX. But imagine having the access to all three, you know, and if you can't afford it at the time, you know, that's why it's important to focus on P600. That way you start to afford and get some more money in, guys. But, you know, if you guys have more questions, I think I got the green box is about to blow up. Yeah, awesome. All right, perfect. Does everybody understand that, and like why, like, you know, I like the steady, why, you know, a lot of people choose to have high risk to reward trades? Does that make sense for everybody? Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Alrighty here, guys. And all I did was I literally hopped on his session. I'll go ahead and drop here in the chats for the Telegram. So give me a second real quick. Because Steady does have a Telegram. Or actually, Jason, I know you're on here, bro. If you want to drop that for me, I'm having issues with my telly. So, okay, here we go. I got it now. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and drop the Steady alerts, guys. Obviously, use Pip Talk, guys, and they send some setups through here too as well. But, you know, Pip Talk, the educators to subscribe to would be John Dollery, Justin Sayani, and then Mauricio. I don't know his last name. You have to look on Go Live. But I'm pretty sure if you just look at Mauricio, I think he's one of the only Mauricios that we have. Okay, here we go. I'm copying copying it right now. 1 second. I'm going to post it in the Maximize Impact chat, guys. That's the Steady alert. All right. Cool. Perfect. There, now I can go like this. Go back up here to the chat box. All right, perfect. Bear with me, guys. Just on a new setup again. I'm always trying on new setups. Boom. All right, so I posted it in the chat box, guys. Let me go through the chat box again one more time just to make sure. All right, perfect. Awesome, guys. Well, I appreciate everybody on here. You know, we're still here 50 strong, so that shows you that, you know, it's 10 o'clock at night and we still have a lot of people on here. So really, you know, the next steps for you guys, you know, is obviously staying plugged in, continue to work on the grind. I can't stress it enough that, you know, this is one of the only skill sets that are out there, that the only one stopping you from, you know, quitting your job, from you, you know, buying your mom's house, you know, whatever financial goals that you have. There's nobody in front of you coming from a promotion. There's no politics in the play. You know, the environment really doesn't matter. We're going to make money either way. But the only person that's stopping you is you. All right. So you have to understand that. So, you know, you're the only one stopping you from logging in and attending these calls, you know, and really just plugging in, staying close to the campfire. So guys, you know, I don't know about you, but if you guys took notes, if you guys got value from it, go ahead and put a 555 in the chat. Shout out to the TFT squad is on here. I see a lot of you guys on here. Super excited for you guys. And then if you guys don't have any other last questions or anything, go ahead and post them here. If not, guys, go ahead, go through the academy, go through the go lives. And if you have those questions, write them down and bring them on to next week. We're going to have a lot, the same amount of value, guys. We always try to, this call really is for your customers and for you at the same time. So we do this call strictly for you guys. So super happy for everybody. You know, if you're ready to become a 6-figure trader this year, next year, within the next few years, guys, go ahead and drop, you know, 500 in the chat. All right. Drop 500 in the chat. If you are focused and you will commit to this team, saying you will be a 6-figure trader. All right, guys. So super excited. We're going to go ahead and end it here, guys. Go ahead. Throw some heat into the Telegram chats. You know, tell them if they missed this call, they missed out. So we will see you guys next week. Let's go, guys.